Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the rainy Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson, and we are just about to close the day of trading, getting started about 5 seconds early. So the bell will be ringing here in just a bit. We'll refresh and get going. But as you see today, I don't think there's the bell. I don't think we're going to make it back to the highs. So let's go ahead and do an update. See where we finish the day. As you can see, it's going to be down now. We had this talk yesterday for those of you who've been watching the videos, and I said, why are you so bullish on the markets? There was the potential there, but I needed confirmation. I said it wouldn't take much to prove it to me, but you know what? The bulls couldn't even do that today. We didn't get anywhere near the 200-day moving average on the Dow, and you can see here if I go back to the 60-minute, it was beat up by the 20. So just talked about the overhead moving averages here, and they held very nicely today. So the bears still in control, still nothing broken from a bear standpoint, guys. We need to keep that in mind as we push forward. Let this market prove it to you before you decide to get bullish. So we did have a bit of a gap down today, but then and a run up towards the highs. Looked like maybe we were going to push higher, and then the bears just took over. And we finished down for the day about 1% on most of the indices. Just over 1 on the Dow and the S&P, just under 1 for the NASDAQ. And ultimately what we're looking at here are the bears still in control. So now we're pushing our way back down towards this 10,000 mark. That might be a decent place to enter to the short side. If you're looking for a little bit of a trade, today giving us not much direction right here. This could be a consolidation where we move sideways now for a day or two. Still a little early to tell, but this trend to the downside, guys, still strong. Still strong. So looking for breaks maybe below 10,000 could take you back to this 99.20 area, 9,900 area, somewhere down in here. Be looking for that if you still want to play this market to the short side. Moving on to the NASDAQ, you can see here that we saw a pullback here, but once again being a little bit stronger than the other indices in the sense that it did get above its 20-period moving average here, closing in on this upper blue bar, but not even touching it, nor has it tested it. So bears still in control after a bunch of selling at the end of the day. From a daily standpoint, though, this is the one plus for any of the markets, and that is that the NASDAQ held the 200-day moving average for at least one more day. This is still a tempting place to get short if you are looking to take a little bit of a short position. I'd wait for it to get below this area here. That's below 1810 on the NDX. 1810 on the NDX, you could maybe play that back down into this 1780-ish area for a short coming into tomorrow. We did get a nice test of the 5. I don't talk about this much, but I do keep a 5-period moving average on my charts. And this is why when we start to trend, well, the 5 works very, very nicely as it did today. We got a touch of the 5 today, only to retreat right back down to the bottom. So strong that the NASDAQ held the 200. Don't know if it'll be enough to lift the markets, but we've still got to hand it to the bears at this point. Weekly, not going to talk about till Wednesday or so, but if it does start to drop, you're watching the 50 and the 200 for sure for your support. SPX on a 60-minute also starting to fall down here. We did get a creep above the 20, but not for long. Before it gave way, coming right back down to get close to testing these lows, so below 1070, 1065, somewhere down in there. 1068, probably an opportunity to go short for, a little bit, maybe 5 to 10 points. I'd be watching this lower level down here. This is a big one. This is a big support area. The bears or the bulls are going to want to hold this area, or if they do get below it, they're going to want to be sure and close back above it in the near future. So from a weekly standpoint, still a little early, but we are flirting with this 50-week moving average. However, anything can happen. We could touch this lower green line and be back up above that line before the end of the week, and that's all that matters is the weekly candle. VIX VIX moving down today. Now this is a little bit odd. I talked to my students about this at times, but this is a divergence. You can see the VIX is down and the price is down on the stock. Now that is not common, does show a divergence of some sort. Hard to tell though right now just where or what it means. Is the VIX going to win, and is it going to go up while the markets go down, or is the VIX a precursor to what's going to happen in the markets, where the VIX is going to continue down while the markets turn around and rapidly go up? It's anybody's guess at this point. Just keep in mind that we still are in a little bit of the red area here for the VIX. This is an elevated level of fear in the markets right here. So we want to watch these levels very closely up here. Especially if you are short the market. Not saying don't stay short, that's for sure. Short is certainly the path of least resistance right now. But you want to keep your eye on the VIX. If that is not confirming, you might want to be careful with any of your short positions. Apple on a 60-minute saw a big gap up, only to finish basically right back where it started. So we had a gap up to